Hey guys, today I'll be reacting to another Xiao ban Ekko game. This one has the title 1v5 Comeback in Challenger, and I haven't watched it, so it sounds really good. And yeah, let's just get right into it, honestly. It's nice that he actually started showing his room pages, because I've sometimes been wondering if he's playing Scorched or Water Walking. But generally he's playing with Scorched most of the time. It just gives him the most amount of kill pressure. Interestingly, actually, he's playing without Ignite here. Usually he's playing with Ignite. I wonder if he does it so Zoe can't steal away his Ignite. You know, that might be the reason why he doesn't take it in this matchup, because honestly I've never seen him play mid without Ignite in any matchup. Why are we waiting for the minions to spawn? Oh, okay, I guess because there's something happening. Ekko level 1 is of course not super strong, but with the Q he's not completely useless either. Just when you're level 1... Oh, okay, he's even going for E, interesting. Just if you start with the W, it can be problematic, of course. You're not really a champion then, if it doesn't hit at least. Ooh, that's really good though. It's probably... You could get the Zoe as well, maybe? No, the Blitzwing's moving. Okay, I mean, he started E now, which is not the worst in these kind of matchups. But yeah, I mean, definitely positive for the enemies. So it already will be a comeback now. Although, like, these level 1 fights, you really can't tilt too much from it. Oftentimes, the laners really haven't even shown how well they play. And, I mean, in this elo, of course, it matters more. But in low elo, oftentimes, you'll notice that people just lose the lane no matter what, even if they get a kill early. If they're just the worst players. See, now the lane's not even that horrible because he has a level advantage and also HP advantage, and the Zoe hasn't been able to spend any of her gold. Damn, what a fiesta game, honestly. But I'm here for it. But see, he's not even scared there. The Zoe used her bubble, so there's nothing really that's gonna happen if he goes over there. And if he's able to proc the passive, he might even kill the Zoe there. And with this amount of HP, he's definitely looking to punish. If he had Ignite here, he probably could just kill her easily. Wow, he even does it without Ignite, that's crazy. And this is worth, you know. The wave she loses, she doesn't have TP either. And it's a shutdown as well, right? Of course he flashes for it, but this is so good, honestly. Definitely worth. Really good, man. I need to see this. I mean, I can see that is definitely very close. But I wouldn't have thought that he actually has lethal heal without the Ignite. But super important that he gets the shield beforehand as well. And you can see him do this all the time. He steps into the W in the last millisecond, really, when it's already basically disappeared. He does this so much. This is what I meant when I said in my guide that you can get like 4.5 second of zoning value, right? He just really gets the maximum amount of value out of the W here. And he does this basically every time. Unless he wants to step in it right away, of course. I personally struggle really hard in the Zoe matchup, but it's mostly because I just haven't played Zoe myself, and I don't know, I always get hit by way too many Qs, honestly. But if you're an experienced mid player, I think it's actually a pretty decent matchup for Ekko. Definitely needs to be careful here without the flash, of course. This game also was definitely one I really wanted to watch, because I oftentimes when I get filled mid, I find myself in similar situations where I'm like the only one that's really fat on my team. You're also super important when running away, right? He really plays with his passive. This is so important. The best chance to survive here is just by proccing your passive. And then have a huge amount of movement speed so people can follow you. You might take some extra damage, but as long as you're not in lethal range by proccing passive, then you should always proc it. Really nice that he even manages to hit the ult here. And you can see, like, in this elo, people really, like, especially the mid laner, they just play so much with their jungler. Wait, why is the K'Sante here? Oh, it's K'Sante support, interesting. You can look to punish this guy, honestly. What is he doing? What? What? What elo is this? 1000 LP Challenger, and Now that can't be real. Like, even without the Kaisantir, if he just auto attack resets and then has another Q, I'm pretty sure he's dead. I genuinely don't know what this Graves was thinking. Quite weird. At least for this elo. And then now the Herald Trudge is not even gonna come through. And I feel like they even had info on the Kaisantir as well, right? So you shouldn't have even been surprised. Definitely would have been better to give the XP over to Xiao Ben, of course. I think the Herald gives quite a lot of XP if you last hit it. And you can see he's always placing these Ws from out of vision, right? The Zoe can't know that. I mean, she might expect it if she's a good player, but she can't see that. Unless there's a ward here, she can't see that he's placing his W, because it's just outside of any vision. And that's why he's able to stun her here. Or like, yeah, he actually stuns her. Yeah, and he doesn't even have to ult for diving her here. It's just completely dominating her. But see, like, the overall stat is like, these kind of games, they really... I think the best way to win them is, first of all, by not tilting, and then just by being incredibly patient. And again, he's just, like, this W value is actually so good, even. He's just using it for the shield to block the tower shot, and it's, like, perfectly timed as well. It's really, like, the small stuff, but it adds up for him. Probably gonna get the Blitzcrank here. A little bit, wow, the Blitzcrank even had a huge shot on them. Yeah, but he had to be a little bit careful there because he didn't have his W up. But he was, of course, healthy enough. Man, but still, the Zoe is, he's dominating the Zoe so hard, but like 1 Q still puts him to half HP. After Rocket Ball, I usually also stop struggling against Zoe. It's just before that, I just fuck up the lane too much, personally. But in my life, I've probably played the matchup like 3 times or whatever, and he's probably played it hundreds of times. Or not hundreds, but probably definitely a bunch of times. Oh, he might be dead here. Although, he has Flash. Yeah, he doesn't even need to use it. Oh, wait, did he die, or is his shutdown actually... No, he always had 1 death from the start, or what? Wait, when did he die? It rewind. Ah, here he died. Alright, okay. He only has a 150 gold shutdown, even though he's 7-1. That's so crazy. That's how behind his team is, so it's actually gonna be a huge comeback. Oh, we already saw this. And here again, it's just so important. When you get these 2 stacks, don't go close here and auto attack him, right? Graves auto attacks do more. You just want to proc the passive, so just stay out of range here. Walk behind the minions, especially against a champion like Graves, and then make sure to proc the passive and nothing else. Don't go into these auto attack fights. You're gonna lose them, even though you're 2 levels up. Yeah, and she's just dead again. Damn. She didn't manage, like, both times she didn't manage to not get stunned, I think. Okay, they're pulling it back a little bit overall. Look at the scoreboard. And again, really important to place the W from outside of vision. There's no reason to walk inside vision here. So he's just placing it from the brush. I mean, these kind of games, they can be frustrating, but at the same time, they're obviously also the ones that feel the best when you actually win them. He has like 9 out of 15 kills here, so it's definitely everything on him. I was sad that he wasn't able to proc his E here, but the Zoe should still be dead. It's not the most difficult game to play, to be honest. Champion-wise, like they don't have that much CC. Of course, Renekton has a stun and whatever, but he also needs to get in range first, and Ekko is quite good at keeping champs at range. See, like the Q, slowing so much at this point. But yeah, this is what I mean. These kind of fights, since his team is so weak, he just needs to play them so patiently, and he needs to ult out early here. If he dies, then the game is probably just over right away. So yeah, if he gets locked up by the Renekton here and then just dies, it's over. And against Renekton especially, he needs to be careful because he can break his shield with the W. Yeah, I think he actually already stunned him. Did he? I'm not sure. I thought I saw the animation. Yeah, definitely a bad fight. Did they even kill anyone? And now he even is anathema, so the game's gonna be even more difficult for him. Thankfully, as I said, they don't have too much CC. I mean, Blitzcrank CC can be annoying for sure, but yeah, well, this Renekton is tanking quite a bit. He has the anathema, so he's dealing 30% less damage to him. Very annoying, of course. I think otherwise he could have killed him there easily. If they had a bit more CC, I think Mercs would be good here. Especially because something like Zoe Bubble, for example, it makes a huge difference having the Mercs. Because then she will never be able to hit her Q. Because the duration, right? The kit of Zoe is set up in a way where the duration of the bubble is long enough for you to hit the Q, but if it's reduced by 30%, you will basically never be able to hit the Q. So there it has like huge value. But of course it's also a spell that you shouldn't get hit by too much. Definitely a big fight to kind of pull it back. And they're just grouping up. At this point you need to try to fight with numbers advantages, and that's basically what they're doing here. Also, the team's getting some kills, which is not horrible, of course, and especially in this elo, of course, people can play the game. So, shouldn't be mad here if others get kills. And every time you throw out these Qs, make sure to get the maximum amount of value, right? He's making sure to get behind the Renekton here, so he also gets that return Q value. Get used to just always trying to hit the return Q when fighting like this. And getting the maximum amount of value out of your spells. And there they turned it around here. So the W couldn't be used. Ooh, okay. Damn, that was a good move. I actually didn't see that. Man. You could W in the brush here, yeah, that's good. If you had Rocket Bolt here, you could probably kill one of them, but without it, it's too risky. Definitely should get the Reverence now before fighting again. Drake also coming up in a second. At this point he one-shots, right? He definitely one-shots. Most people at least. All the squishies, I would say. He just needs to get onto them. These kind of fights are actually quite good for Ekko, I would say. Just placing a W somewhere now, yeah. And then looking if someone is getting in there. I don't know why you eat there, honestly. Bit of a mistake in my opinion, but now he just has to wait 5 seconds before fighting, and in these kind of stand-ups, they usually last for like a minute even, so if you waste the spell, just wait. Oh. He was a bit too passive here, but it's understandable, honestly. See how slowly he has to play these fights? He's still the main carry in his team, of course, but definitely a bit too scared here. I don't know if he wanted to dodge the Blitzcrank hook with the ult, or he thought the Renekton might flash on him. Yeah, I mean, he definitely wasted his ult here overall. Now he probably can't keep fighting, I would imagine. Maybe if he hadn't ulted here, then he could have kept fighting. Oh, okay, he's going for a huge flank port. He'll be able to get the Zoe. Just styling on his lane opponent. Yeah, see how much damage the passive proc dealt there? 2.5k? That's so disgusting. Just always make sure not to tank it, right? So the passive procs actually deal full damage. Otherwise you will only deal half the damage, so it's obviously quite a lot when you deal almost 3k damage. Ooh, damn. He actually wasn't able to kill the Kai'Sa there. I think he missed his Q. He didn't have it up when he jumped on her, and then she dodged it. Ooh, was he also exhausted? See, this is what I mean, like, at this point I would probably, personally, when I was him, I would tilt and be like, oh, this game is over. Because I mean, you definitely shouldn't. But I'm just being real here, no, but it's, for sure tilting in these kind of games. When you have most of the gold on you and then you die, it's so impactful. Definitely good kill, I think. I don't know if it's worth, though. I mean, they need to get something now for that to be worth, because he flashed for it, of course. They probably get the mid tower, though. So, definitely not bad. Might even be able to get the bot in up here. Let's see. This is honestly, like, so far it's not even the most mechanically impressive game I've seen from him, but it's very, like, his patience is definitely very good. He could look, yeah, I was about to say, he could look to re-engage there. Actually, wouldn't have thought that he does it with ult, that was really good. But yeah, since he's able to proc the passive here, he can just ult back and run out right away. And really good awareness, honestly, I actually wouldn't have seen that. I thought he might re-engage with his E, because the Grave still has ult here. Or like a passive stack, so he could have E'd on him and then did the auto attack reset with the rocket belt. But I guess this is actually much better since he's not even really taking damage. Okay, I mean he is taking some damage of course from the Kai'Sa, but... And now he still has his rocket belt up as well. Oh man, Kai'Sa is dealing a lot of damage at this point though. Yeah, I mean for the fact that they are on the back foot the whole time, this was definitely not bad, I would say. I think the Graves also was a huge shutdown, right, so... At this point he obviously doesn't... I mean, he can sell his boots. If you have swords, you can always sell your boots. I mean, he's still super healthy, he can probably do something. If they do any mistakes. And again, he's just stepping in the W as late as possible. Oh, can you run her down? No. How did the Xayah die? Team is pinging missing because the Xayah probably trolled. Oh, this is a bit of a risky TP, I think, because the Zoe was there. I don't know why he even did that. Maybe he thought he wouldn't be able to get base or something. But I mean, even then the Zoe could have interrupted him while TPing as well, so... Not sure. With Ekko is a champ that can definitely steal Nash even without being a jungler. Wait, does he have 2 anathemas on him, or why is it saying 2? Oh wow, they did it so fast. Yeah, he's even surprised. Holy shit. Dude, even he thinks that if someone like him doesn't feel like the Nash should be dying as fast as it did here, I think it's really a point where Nash should just get buffed. It could just have like, let's say 5k more HP easily. I think it just dies way too fast nowadays. The damage creep is just so real. No way they actually win this game. They must kill them now, I would imagine. Oh yeah, he definitely... This is a game where buying something like Banshees definitely makes a lot of sense. And I think the more ahead you are, the better defensive items are. Okay, honestly, like he didn't even carry that fight super hard. I guess the Xayah just did a pentakill. I guess he baited out quite a bit. Yeah, but so scary with the... Wait, who was it? Was it the Kai'Sa actually? Yeah, right. What the K'Sante did was actually so good, right? He wanted to get the Kai'Sa into the W, but she still had flash, and now he follows her with the flash, and then he's inside of the whole team. And the Banshee is actually so important here as well. If the reaction has good reactions, he can just instantly lock him up without the Banshees. But of course, he also has good reactions, just ults out right away. Maybe he didn't even have to ult out right away because he has Banshees, I'm not sure. But definitely, of course, scary to be in 5 people there. We don't even really know what's going on in the fight because he's, of course, focused on him. I guess now they just win. Pretty crazy. I mean, Xayah's definitely one of the best scaling ADCs in the game. She just starts slicing through the enemies in the late game. I don't know what Yibo means. Does it mean can end? I think they can end for sure. The death timers are long enough. And they deal a lot of tower damage. Yeah, she should tank so no minions die and they can attack a bit earlier. Actually the Kai'Sa is alive in 10 seconds, so it's definitely gonna be quite close. Okay, he's even using rocket belt for wave clear, I guess. I think they still can end easily here. Yeah. Kai'Sa's not even up. Damn. Crazy close game, honestly. As I said, I think mechanically this was not the biggest, most craziest game. Go to toilet. Why did they put that in the subtitles? I didn't need to know. No, but like, it was not the craziest game mechanically, I would say. But you just need the showcasing of patience was so incredible here. You really need this kind of patience if you want to win these close games. And these wins, as I said, I think they feel the best. It's actually these games that I personally play the game for. But staying cool is definitely not easy when you're on the back foot the whole time. And as I said, the game was also, the comp-wise, it was definitely one where you could always win. But still, it was super close, right? The enemies were at the Nexus Tower. And then they just pulled it back. In the late game, when anyone, like, let's see the items. I feel like in the late game, everyone has basically full items. Okay, she still has one item less, of course, Zaya, but she has good items for being able to play the game here. Oh, wow, wait, I didn't even know they had a Kayn. I genuinely didn't see the Kayn do anything this whole game. And their Rally as well, holy shit. They had these two champs, damn. Good to know, yeah. Definitely carried these guys really hard here. Yeah, but as I said, in the late game, especially with Ekko, I mean, he didn't have the game-winning impact, to be honest, in this game. That I had a bit more, I would say. But he basically kept the team in a position where the enemies weren't able to end for the whole game, so he obviously is the MVP of the game here. And yeah. So I hope you could learn something from this, and if you did, be sure to leave a like. And as I said, I think I'll be reviewing Xiao Ben videos, and maybe some other Ekko videos. If you have any recommendations as well. Obviously, I also have reviewed a Get Beifeng Ekko game. But if there's more Ekko OTPs I should look at, be sure to leave a comment and tell me. And I'll see if I watch some of their gameplay as well. But yeah, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to watch the next one. And yeah, have a nice day. Bye.